Okay, so guys, I'm starting. So you must be aware that I took the topics like careers in finance in the field of blockchain, and also careers in development in the field of blockchain. So today I'm gonna take a non-tech field in blockchain, which is careers in marketing. You guys must be of tech background, but marketing is also an essential, we can say, um, pillar of any business or technology, anything like that. Marketing is a must. So, if you are thinking of building your career in blockchain marketing, here are some few tips from me and how I can explain you how what the exact roadmap you should follow, what skills you will need, and how we can help you. So, in this PPT, I'm gonna covering all of these. So let's start with what actually blockchain marketing is. So marketing, you must be aware of. We are like hearing this from our childhood: marketing, sales, marketing, and all. But blockchain marketing is a bit different. Like we have Arjun here. He's also from blockchain marketing, and he has worked in the companies where he has roles of marketing, crypto marketing, and all, token marketing. So blockchain marketing is a bit different from our traditional and regular marketing. It's a new way of advertising blockchain technology. So if you have any project or if you are in any company whose project or ideas are new or maybe launching in some days or years, you can market it from pre-development stage till developing stage and after development also, because you have to retain in market. So blockchain marketing plays a vital role here and are in a lot of demand in this field. Marketing is a lot of demand in blockchain field. So consumers control their own data, focus on being open, secure, and accessible. Here marketing mainly focuses on being open, secure enough, and accessible. These three are the main things in blockchain marketing. What are the benefits of blockchain marketing? How, like, why companies hire blockchain marketers or guys who are into blockchain marketing and open up their job and roles for marketing in blockchain? As the blockchain is purely depend on technology, then why need of marketing here? So empowering consumers or customers. So any blockchain technology is mainly built for usage by consumers and customers only. Direct exchange of data between customers or consumers and marketers. If there is strong marketing of any blockchain technology or project or startup or launch pads or anything like that, there need to be a direct link or exchange of data between consumers and marketers. Consumers get paid for sharing their advertising data, like better ad targeting. You must be knowing Google AdSense and all. These are done for Web2 marketing and all. But in Web3 marketing, this is also a major thing which is used. Precise ads based on individual preferences. The guys who are not having any interest in like different kind of blockchain technology are not targeted in blockchain marketing for a specific or um, like any type of project. Key advantages why we need marketing and like what is the main purpose? No middleman. Like you are not going one to one and adding up middlemen for selling your technology or like getting a space building in blockchain environment or web3 world. No middleman is there. You can market it correctly to the correct audience without spending too much, and you can get famous, or maybe your technology can get famous here, and you can earn in like lakhs and crores. Ad verification, fewer fake or clicks and bots, better data on how ads perform. So if a guy who is having strong knowledge of blockchain marketing can fix all these issues and can market your blockchain technology, or you can become a marketer with educity, or maybe like if you wanna build your career in marketing in blockchain, so you will be highly skilled enough so that you are not making these mistakes, and your project for which you are hired or your own project is getting successful. Who is blockchain marketing specialist? So, blockchain marketing specialist, as the name suggests, is a guy who will be focusing mainly on marketing stuff of any blockchain project or token. Or, there are many things we'll learn about it. Creates marketing strategies, runs social media campaigns, make contents, connects the IT and the marketing team. Because there are many communities in blockchain world, like apart from Web2 world, you have to create your own space. You have to be skilled enough to read white papers of any blockchain company or project, because you're like this is a different field. Web3 blockchain is a different from Web2 and other traditional technologies. So you have to be skilled enough to understand each finance, marketing, development, not like perfectly, but skilled enough to read or understand what exactly white paper says about any project or company. So, importance of blockchain marketing specialist: promotes fair and transparent marketing, explain blockchain benefits to users. So, these are some skills which blockchain marketing specialists usually have or should have. So, core skills such as marketing plans, which usually any marketing guy who is specialist must be having it. Carry out marketing plans, study market trends and competition, work with different teams, community, are like research and development. So basically, what I'm saying is this field is a bit different from development. Development is mainly focused on tech field. If you are not into coding, if you are like if you think like coding and development is not my forte, I want to build career in blockchain, but I don't want to do coding and stuff and technical stuff, so I would suggest you should have a consulting session, maybe on your personal uh, likings and skill set you got. You must choose a non-tech if you are not a tech guy. So marketing career, sorry, marketing career is one of the best careers in blockchain if you are not into tech. Data analysis, core marketing skills I discussed. Data analysis, it is also one kind of skill a marketing agent or guy should have, because you have to analyze how your marketing plans and strategies are working and how consumer is giving you feedback. Create reports on marketing performance, and advanced knowledge, SEO and SEM. You must be aware of these terms. So marketing in blockchain also requires SEO and SEM skills, and like optimizing them for personal for the project growth in Web3 world also. Metaverse, you have to understand some terminologies which you will be coming across if you learn about blockchain or maybe
Hey Tane,
Tanay,
you are on mute.
you're on mute. Can you check?
from where?
Yeah, from the last slide.
Sorry, did I cover this? Essential tools,
Yeah, you can start from here.
essential tools, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So after like you understood the meaning of data analysis and analyzing your marketing plans and all, essential tools, I would say there are some tools which are used in communication and collaboration in the companies and world of crypto or maybe Web2 worlds also, such as Slack, Mailchimp, Trello. You have to understand how these work and how you can get familiar with these tools and like platforms. So design and marketing, you have to like not be perfect at designing and marketing and all, but you have to get some information of how you can basically design a white paper or maybe a proposal or maybe banners and anything like that, advertisement from Canva. Or if you are good already in designing, you can go for Photoshop also. Figma is also used widely used in marketing and designing field. So you can get an idea of how designing and marketing stuff. You can get courses from EduCity also, or maybe you can like go on YouTube, and many more courses are available. So SEO and SEM, I'll be taking it in this. So you must be aware of SEO and SEM. Improve website visibility and drive traffic. This is mainly used from Google AdSense and optimizing your website or project in such a way that anyone searches on any platform and your project is there. You're marketing the correct way. So SEO and SEM are also mainly focused here in the marketing field in blockchain. Metaverse, I was saying, I was on mute, but I was saying, so metaverse usually, like metaverse, AI, these are some technologies which are on boom these days. And these technologies basically are used in blockchain marketing, as these uh, gives you virtual experiences and widely used metaverse AI. You have to get used to with the um, terminologies like these, which are used mainly in the newer technologies, metaverse AI and all. So, education and certifications you should be having for getting into marketing field in blockchain. So there is no such degree that you need to be from business management field or BBA or MBA, like something like that. There is no such degree required. Better if you are from marketing or statistics, because because data analysis and statistics are somewhat like required here. So you sure if it's better if you are from marketing or statistics. Other than that, is no compulsory compulsion of any degree as such. So advanced studies in blockchain with a certification, you can go for it. You can get a certification from like good organizations. Maybe you can go with EduCity also. We also provide certification with advanced studies in blockchain. You'll be getting to know that. And certification benefits, it what actually certifications do when companies are hiring you, it enhances visibility and expertise. Okay. So, if their like goal is to analyze your resume or CV, they'll see what certifications you actually have, what design skills you have. Are you having anything on paper rigid? Then only they can hire you, right? So, certifications are, uh, I would recommend you should do go for certifications. Essential blockchain marketing knowledge, as I said, it is different from Web2 marketing or traditional marketing. EduCity's role in this career guidance. So, EduCity's role, I would say, in non-tech courses or programs in blockchain, we offer you personalized guidance, as I told, in all of the programs, non-tech or tech whether. So, learning the basics of marketing. We were learning the basics of finance. We were learning the basics of development. But here you have to learn the basics of marketing also. Tailored career guidance according to your skill set and what all you should require or learn at every step of your career. Focus on understanding interest and skills, marketing tools, as I said, communication tools such as Slack and all, marketing tools, how Discord community servers are used for marketing, how other community stuffs, GitHub and all are also used maybe, and designing professional communication, designing tools, designing softwares. You can get used to it. We can also provide you good teaching skills and like learning a lot in design field. Professional communication, you need to learn a professional language which you are used to which are which you will be requiring marketing field and maybe with the companies and other professional industries. So you have to be professionally, um, like you have to act professional when communicating with other industry marketing professionals. Companies which hire or are hiring, there are many companies. I'm just taking less names. Don't think that only these companies hire. There are a lot of numbers. I'm just pasting here because these are like having good relations with us and maybe our companies. So Polygon, you must be aware, a big name here. Polygon also hires because they have a lot of projects upcoming and established projects. So marketing in blockchain, Polygon hires Globalite, Zeef, Nonceblocks, which is our head company. We are just a sister company of Nonceblocks. Nonceblocks also hires Arcade Network, which is also a company of Nonceblocks, we can say. Art and Roll, which like we are working with them for the marketing also, and many more startups and launchpads. You can go on Google. Launchpads is basically a platform where you can write a launchpads, crypto launchpads on Google, and you will find upcoming projects, upcoming new technologies, new apps, news, like anything like that which is coming in Web3 space. Even games, Web3 games, you can go and just find if you are getting some information from launchpads. You can maybe apply them or like get into them. They can also hire you. So I would request Arjun here to come up and explain our current course which we will offering you. So, Arjun, can you continue?
Hey guys, so this is our last day in the webinar. So I hope you guys got a little bit of picture of how the blockchain space work from the last 2 days. So if you are interested to build your career in the blockchain space, this webinar or workshop is not enough. So you may be getting abundant of knowledge from YouTube and many other sources, but they are not a structured way, or they won't make you a industry led or a professional blockchain developer. To be a proper professional blockchain developer, a industry-led profession, you need to get a certified from a organization which is well established in the blockchain space and have a history in the blockchain space. We Nouns Labs, as you can check into our website. We have been partnership with many of the leading blockchain firms, and we have been in this industry for the last decade. So we are providing you a 10-week program. It's not a course or something, it's a program in where you will be learning 6-week project-led course. It's not just a self-paced video course, instructor-led course. Instructor will be there to teach you. So 6 week you will be getting a project-led course, and 4 week you will be getting an implementation session. Like whatever you will learn in this 6 week, you will be implementing in real life. You will be working with what you have learned. So after the implemented session, you will be getting a 3 weeks additional training session. So that's like a 1 month of internship. Like after completing these two sessions, you will be getting 1 month of internship opportunity. You will be directly working in blockchain industries. Like you can get into the picture, you can know what is happening, you can learn it out of that. So you will be getting hands-on experience with your knowledge, and you can become a certified blockchain person with us. So the costing for it is that it's in INR 8,400 plus taxes. You will be getting a detailed mail how the price structure as it is works. You can just Google out that how the blockchain course fees are in the market and what do benefits other organization is providing, and what makes us different. You can opt it out. And Nidhi will be joining us. Nidhi will be giving you a surprise, great surprise for you. She will be just giving you an opportunity how it is going to be done. So I welcome Nidhi on to share the webinar. Hey, Nidhi.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today again. Since we know this is our last webinar today, although we'll be having a developer session right after this. But before that, I wanted to share that we have been waiting for this session because solely because of this test that we're going to share with you. So we have a quick announcement to make. Right now, we're sharing a link to a very short MCQ test based on the content covered in the past 2 days. Now, this test is designed to reinforce your learning and give you a chance to win some exciting rewards. The rules are simple. You have 10 minutes to complete the test. It's a very simple, very basic MCQ test with 20 questions. So the total score is 20 marks. And the catch here is actually that top students, 10 students, who will be receiving, who will be submitting the form, they will receive a flat 25% discount on the course fee. Now, please make sure that you need to submit all the answers by 8:50 p.m. We will share the link right at 8:30 p.m.
And you can
It's
mention the
very good right now.
Nepal time because
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 10 minutes anyway because you're going to get in 2 minutes. So that's not an issue. That's okay. And yeah, I mean, let's just wait for the link. 8:30, we'll wait. And meanwhile, you guys can check out the link. Tanya, can you please share the link? Actually, just
Okay.
put it in the chat box.
Okay, I'm sharing
You
the
guys
link.
can open up. Just remember that you have 10 minutes to fill up the form. It's MCQ based test. Super simple if you guys have paid attention in the past two webinars. And the benefit is top 10 students who would be, submitting the form right at time, they will avail a 25% discount. Now, when I say 25% discount, the original price of the course is 8400 INR plus taxes. But after 25% discount, it will be 7434, inclusive of all taxes. All right. So I think we have shared the link on the chat. Can everybody open that, please? For 10 minutes, we'll just mute our mics, and at 8:40, we'll be back here. Till then, you can focus completely on the test. And yeah, best of luck, everyone. Thank you. For the students who are joining right now, guys, there is a link on the chat box. That's the link to the MCQ test. Please open that and fill it up in 8-10 minutes, please.
We'll move forward with our slide. You'll get the mail by tomorrow if you are selected in the top 10 for the discount. So, moving forward, the as always we mentioned our socials in the last 2 day also. These are our social handles. You can follow us, and as we have mentioned that all the guys, like everyone who's following us and attending whole 3 days of webinar will be receiving a certification of participation so that you can put it in your, or showcase it in your CV or resume, which will add weight to your blank CV. And for future updates also, as we are having upcoming webinars in next week also, you can join that also. So you will get notified by our upcoming webinars, our new events, new courses being launched, and more informative content also. You will be like visualizing them if you'll follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. So moving forward with it, let's start today's dev session. Varun is here and he'll be covering like more practical sessions today. Like the yesterday's one was really amazing, a blasting session. So I would request Varun to come up and lead all the students with today's session.
Okay, thank you, Taran. Okay, guys, so one second, I'll just start with a small introductory PPT so that we can get familiar with what we will be doing today. Okay, so yeah, I was saying that we have some set of tools that we use to basically set up a project, and these tools basically help us to efficiently manage our project. And if we try to set up everything on our own, it will take lots of days to first set up the required required tools, required structure of the folders, required files. And even if we set up all those things manually, there might be a scope that we as humans might make a mistake and miss out some of the files. Then we'll be spending some of the other days to fix those errors, and that is such a difficult task and such a hassle. So to avoid that, we use some pre-built tools like Hardhat, Truffle. There are many more, and these basically provide us a framework that we just have to input some of the commands over there, and it will directly pull the latest files or latest file structure followed by the industry standards into our local system, and we can directly start with the development, start with the implementation of a logical part. So as you can see, first tool that is there is Node.js. Um, I hope you are all on your laptops, and I think we don't have actually time to install all these things right now. But yes, I'll just give you an overview. You'll have to install Node.js on your system. I can share the links from where you can get all these things. One second. I'll share my screen instead. Yes, so this is the Node.js official website, and initially you will be seeing the screen. You just have to go to the second option, and it is giving you some of the version names. So LTS means this is the stable version, and current means that it is currently pushed as the latest version, but it might not be considered as a stable version due to some of the recent changes which are not widely tested. So it's better you always choose a LTS version, which is a stable one, and then you can choose your operating system if it is MacBook, Linux, or other. So in my case, since it is Windows, I'll keep on it, and since my Windows architecture is 64, I'll keep this option. And once I click this download, a setup will be downloaded. And in your case, you'll have to install this following some of the installation steps. And once that is done, you can just check on your system by typing node -v, and it will give you the version, and it will also help you verify it is correctly installed or not. Okay, I guess there is a message. Okay, yeah. So I'll also share the website link over here. If you guys are not able to find this, you can go to this website, and through this you can install Node.js. Okay, so continuing forward. So I have also written bun. So if you're aware, if someone of you have used Node.js earlier, you might be aware that there is a npm node package manager that comes inbuilt in Node.js. But in our case, we will be using Bun, since Bun is our very latest package manager and it is much faster than the initial ones. So it was initially launched in 2023, and it has gained widespread liking among the developers since its fast installation process. So a package manager is initially a tool which will help you install lots of packages with a single command, You don't have to manually type this, I want to install this package first, then I want to install this package. You will have a like package JSON file on your repository, and you just have to run this command, and it will install everything on its own fastest way possible. And npm we have already discussed, and hardhat, yes, this is an important framework that we must discuss today. So as I was saying, like there are some packages that help blockchain developers to solve some of the hassle, like eliminate some of the extra work that they have to put on. So hardhat is actually like a framework which will help you install all the important files and packages required for you to set up a project that has to interact with the blockchain part. So in session 2, we were able to write a smart contract. But when we want to make a full stack project, we have to set up some of the initial requirements so that it can communicate with our front end project. And that thing is made easy with hardhat. I'll show you with the example whichever project we will be discussing today after this PPT, and you will be able to understand it much clearly. Wallet connectors are basically, these are also packages which help us to communicate with our wallet. So yesterday we discussed MetaMask, and these wallet connectors actually enable you to use MetaMask wallet to interact with your application. And in our case today we will be taking MetaMask as a wallet example. So yeah, that is the fourth point. So let's first see it in a PPT format and then continue with the hands-on development part. So as you know, when you create a hardhat wallet, you are asked to save a secret key, and you have a private key along with that. And whenever you want to link your MetaMask or your wallet to a particular application, you'll have to first uh, keep your private key available there as well. So in this project, since we will be using MetaMask, I'll show you how to fetch your private key from MetaMask and save it on your computer, so that whenever you're deploying the contract from the application on your laptop, you can call that um, private key. You can call that functions using your private key with the wallet balance that you have on MetaMask, and it will be done from there. So this command basically helps you set up the private key, npx hardhat variable set private key. So this will help you set up the private key, and you will be asked for an input where you will be putting your private key, and then you will receive a confirmation that the variable was stored in this path. Okay. Once it is done, we will have a contract available to us in a contract folder. So we will basically run npx hardhat ignition deploy. This is a like syntax that you have to follow to deploy a contract. Then you will give the path where your contract module is there. It is the function written in TypeScript, and you will then give the network to which you want to deploy it. So we were discussing Ethereum, Polygon. In this case, we will be discussing about Binance, BSC, and testnet of that, not the mainnet, but the testnet. So it will ask us to confirm this is the 97. Does anyone have any knowledge what this 97 would mean over here? We haven't discussed this, but just for curiosity, I'm asking you if you have any idea what 97 over here means. No issues. Actually, this is the chain ID. Where there are different chains available to us, and they have different chain IDs. So in this case, it is asking us that do you want to deploy it to Binance testnet, and can you confirm that its chain ID is 97? And yes, we want to deploy it over there, and we hit yes, and it will do all the computation, all the processes, all the task itself. Since we are using hardhat, this has made our task even simpler, simplified it. And at the end, we can see we have a number guesser module and a number after it. Actually, this is the contract address that we just got. So that was that simple. And let's discuss this thing afterwards, and I'll just start with the project. Okay, I am just dropping the GitHub link on the chat, and I'll start with the GitHub repository explanation first. And I guess my screen is showing the correct web now, correct tab. So okay, on your screen you can see three folders. Actually, first one is just the VS Code setup configs. It is not to be considered much. You can consider the two main folders. In the contract, we have actually the contract file structure stored, the essential setup, essential requirements that are needed for contract integration and development. Inside it, you can see different folders and more files. The important ones are package.json. So package.json has the important dependencies that we need on our system to be installed before we start this project. So we need OpenCPlan contracts and we need hardhat and some hardhat toolbox. So to install this, I'll show you how to install this in a while. And the other important file is hardhat config.ts file. So over here you can see BSC testnet, and you already are aware of what a chain ID is and already aware what private key is. Then what is this URL? This URL is actually a RPC, and a RPC is actually an endpoint that will allow us to call essential functions of that particular chain. Like in BSC, if we want to communicate with a BSC chain, we need a RPC which is pointing to that chain. In Polygon, we have a different RPC. For Ethereum, we will have a different RPC, and that is different for every chain that we want to connect. So if you want this project to run on another chain, you can just create a new object, name it like Polygon, and it will have three properties: URL, chain ID, and accounts. I'll just tell you how you can get to know all those things. I'll share my entire screen. One second. I'm sharing my entire screen. Okay. So over here on MetaMask, if you open your MetaMask, you can see on the top left side, you have options to select a network. And you can scroll down, and right now you can see I have BNB Smart Chain testnet already. So I'll just delete it and show you how you can add it if it is not present in your case. So what you have to do is you go to browser and just simply search for add BSC testnet to MetaMask and go to chain list, this website. Go here and you can see it's already here. But if in your case it is, if you directly go to chain list and you don't put anything over it, just take this testnet and type yourself BSC. So if you will type it, yes, we have BNB Smart Chain testnet. It is already here. You can confirm the chain ID at 97. BSC BNB, it's similar. BNB is the token name and BSC is Binance Smart Chain, and that is the full form of this. BNB is the token of this chain. So if you click on add to MetaMask, it will open the pop-up, and this is just some warnings. You can approve the network, you can switch to this network, and you can confirm it. Yes, I have some transaction tokens already, but if you want to get the tokens, you can visit a faucet, which is this faucet. It's bnbchain.org and testnet faucet. Remember, a faucet is only for a testnet, not for mainnet. On mainnet, you use real currency. So I'll share the faucet link with you. And if I copy my address, let me take another account. Okay, this has 0 BNB. I copy this account, I paste it here. I say send 3 BNB. So this is just confirm. Click on the entity that does not have a pair. So okay, this has a pair, this is a pair, this doesn't have a pair, and again it is saying does not have a pair, it doesn't have a pair. Okay, that was just for checkup, and see, we got 0.3 BNB. We can verify this on the testnet explorer as well. So it is saying success, and if we come to MetaMask and check it, it will take some time. Yes, we have 0.3 BNB test tokens. All right. So to understand this file, and I have a readme over here as well. So after this session, if you still want to revisit and want to see what all important topics were there, you can directly come here and you can read through this. This is the contract details, the contract in this project. We have, like, me and my friend have made this for you, and we have written all the essential things step by step so that you can understand the whole code. And also we have written how to use this project, how to deploy this, we have written the steps over here. So let's first discuss the contract which is over here. And you can see this is a contract. Like, I'll just give you an overview what this project will be. It will be a number guess game where there will be actually three accounts involved. Let's consider people as accounts. So first account will be the owner, who will actually deploy this contract and will be responsible for starting a particular game. Then we will need two players who will participate in this, and each player will have one address and one guess number that they will guess. And they will also pay some participation fees. Like player one, if he has participation fees, if he has paid one token and player two has played one token, we have in total two tokens in this contract. And the one who will win this game will be getting the all the tokens. So if the winner is chosen to be like a person A, then he will receive in total two tokens. One was his initial joining fees, and one is the reward from the other player who lost the game. So we have a array of players over here, so which will hold those two players, and we have a mapping function which will map the address with the number. So we want to make a we want to store it in such a way that through the address we can also get the number which that address has guessed. And we will also make a mapping among a number and a boolean, and this will be called is guessed. So it means that is guessed means if this number was guessed by this, if this is the number which is guessed, if it is true, that means yeah, this number is guessed, so it cannot be again used. And then we will have number to be guessed. This is the correct answer that the contract will generate randomly and will hold, and it will not be visible to any of the users, so they'll have to guess it to see if answer is correct. And in our case, we are using just two players to enter a game, so we have put the minimum number they can guess is one and maximum is two, so that in a case of two players we have a definite result. And since they cannot guess the same number twice, yeah, that is also verified. And here we have initialized game fees to be 0, but we will be setting that in constructor. So as we discussed, at the time of deployment, we can pass how much the game fees will be. We can say 0.01, 0.1, anything that we want. And then we have a modifier. Modifiers actually help us to define the state of a function. And we define a modifier once, and we can use this modifier in any number of functions, and this helps us to reduce the logic to be written again and again. Okay, so then we have a function to start the game. This will basically set the start variable to true. Delete the mapping. It means all the initial players that were there in the first game, they will be first deleted and will start from a new game. Then we will also delete the players. We will generate a random number which is to be guessed. And yes, then we can also store the winner address to be 0. Initially we will store it as a 0 address, null address. So this is the function for guess the number. It requires the start variable to be true. If it is not true, that means game is not started. Require is guess number. It means the number has already been guessed. If the number is input again, we have a message.sender. It means the person who is calling the contract should not be the owner, because owner can only start the game but cannot participate. That is a rule that we have put. So this is also checked. And then we want the message.value to be equal to the game fees, not less than that, not more than that. It should be exactly the game fees. And guess number, the message.sender, if he says 0, it means that the number is already in here. That means that you have already guessed the number. It means the user who has already guessed cannot guess a number twice. We have another condition that the number that the user is sending should be within the limits, minimum and maximum. And similarly, we have other logics, guess number, message.sender is equals to number, is guess number true, and simply condition. Emit is actually an event. It will emit an event whenever a number guess occurs. So that is the functionality of emit. And we have declare winner function that will take place once the contest is over. We will also call the winner with the check winner function. And similarly, this is get players. We can get the players who have participated in this competition. We can also check the winner. So you can see we have a new keyword, internal. So internal keywords enable us to hide a particular function within the contract. it will not be accessible to the users outside this particular contract. So yesterday we saw on remix id we can see read functions and write functions, but these will not be visible there. These are for the contract itself, not for the users to interact. So that's how we can hide a function from the users. So this is also an internal function, and this is used for deleting the all the players and inside the contract in the previous round. So I hope this contract was simple enough to understand. If you still want to revisit it, you can simply follow these steps. We have already defined what these variables are used for, what is event, constructor, modifier, and the functions and their uses. So this is quite simple. Okay, let's go back, and now we have the front end part. The contract is discussed, now front end. Similarly, in this we have a readme. You can simply understand the functions over here, the user interface, what the start button does, reset button does, what start button actually means, what makes you a guess a number, like player can enter the guess number in an input field, and that's just some licenses and contribution stuff. And we also have a package.json over here. You can notice that this front end has many more packages than a contract. That's that's understandable because front end needs many of the packages to interact and visualize the things. But a contract simply has its own functionality, while front end covers a vast functionality. So similarly, it has to install these dependencies first to start the project. Okay, and these part are quite complex for you right now. I mean, I can give you overview, but if you don't have the understanding of Next.js right now, or don't have understanding of React initially, then this will be a bit challenging for you. But you can learn it from your end. It's quite simple. So app directory is basically the root where our page is there that we'll be seeing. Components mean we have different parts on the screen. Like you can see the example from this. Yeah, actually this is the page that you will see. So we have a header, we have this wallet connection, we have two boxes in between, we have a button, and these all things are not written directly on a single page. These are divided into small components that are after that called to the main window. So that's how we have divided these components: guest form, player list, winner card, and other components. That means the components, that is the folder that will hold all the components in a smaller section. We have some configuration files that will hold them font styles, other information. Context, it will have data like the structure, the layout. This is actually it's for the connect wallet button that we will be using. Then we have ethers. Yes, in this package we will be using ethers.js framework to interact with the web3 part from a front end. So we are again defining a network over here. It will have chain id, chain.name, and it will have a address, ENS address. And we have a provider, web3 provider. We have a signer, and these are some basic functionalities that we need to put up in the connect function so that we can interact with it. And public folder, it holds static files, the photos and images. In the types, we have just type declarations. Like we have a player, and we have what all things that player will have. It will have a string address and a number that he will guess. And we have ABI that I mentioned. ABI is used to interact with the contract. Then we are having a ABI over here in the front end so that we can interact with the functions of the contract. And we have a guest.json file. This is also the similar thing. And we also need an environment variable. So if we expose this contract on a front end, then it will be visible to everyone. I mean, it's not that secret thing that we want to hide, but it is a practice that we hold the static things like addresses, the private keys, and all in a env file, so that it is not exposed to everyone on the internet. And see, we have a bun.log file. We will using bun to install the packages, and we have some other config files and other like tailwind is for the front end styling, CSS, and that's it. Okay, so we discussed a lot. Now let's see how it is done. So we go to the root directory over here, and we will click on this code. If you have git already installed on a system, you can just copy it and hit git clone and this command if you have git installed. But if you don't have, then you can either go to code and you can download this zip file. So it will just download the zip file. In my case, I already have this cloned. Okay, I'll just start with a new clone file, but I don't think we have enough time, so we'll just start with a project that is already set up. Mm, okay, I don't think we have a project set up. We'll have to set up it right now. No issues. You will also learn how to set up this project. So we'll just go to a folder where we want to clone this, and we'll say git clone, and we will do this. And that's it. The folder will appear on your screen, workshop d app. We will go inside the workshop d app and we will just open this folder in VS Code. And yes, we see all the two essential files that we were discussing earlier. And we will install the essential packages first, as mentioned in the README. Okay, I'll show you README here only. So for the front end, we have this README and we can read it like this. So it says first install the packages, first clone the repository, then install the packages and create an env file. Okay, so we will say npm install, or we can use directly bun install. Yes, we were mentioning bun initially, so it is faster. We will first go inside the front end folder and say bun I. If you don't have bun installed on a system, after installing Node.js, you just have to write npm I and bun. So it will install bun on your system. And over here we can see it is processing some files. Meanwhile, we can also do some steps inside the contracts folder. We'll say cd to change the directory, and we'll go inside contracts. And over here, as its env suggests, as its readme suggests, sorry. So what we have to do is we use hard at over here. Okay, first I mentioned you that we have to set up a key, and the command was npx hardhat where's set private keys. So I have written it over here. We will go to our project, we will enter this, but wait, it will not work because the packages mentioned in this package.json file are not installed. So what we have to do is npm I first. So need to install hardhat. It is not present on your system right now, that's why it failed. So it will install the packages. Over here, see, it is already done on the front end side. So let's wait for the contract to finish and then we can continue it. These are just warnings for the packages versions that might have some vulnerabilities, no issues. So we'll clear this and we will again run the private key command. And now let's wait. So see, it's saying enter value. So as mentioned on the PPT, we want to pass the private key. So see carefully how you can get your private key from your MetaMask. And since I'm giving this session, I'm sharing my private key, but make sure you don't share your private key to anyone on the internet, because if anyone has access to your private key, they can easily get access to the wallet. So in our case, we will click on this button. We will click on the three icons. We will click account details and see over here is show private key. We'll click on it. It asks us for our password and it says hold to reveal a private key. Okay, this is my private key. I'll copy it, click done, go back, and I'll just paste it over here. And I'll hit enter and see it has been set to my path. Okay, that's it. And now we want to run the second command, that is ignition deploy. It is in the env, but it is for a generic project. If a log.ts is there, then we'll do this. But in our case, on our contracts folder in the ignition, we have numbercase.ts. So initially delete this deployment folder. We will create it fresh. So right now we have just modules over here. Modules. See, I mentioned we call a constructor. In this module, we are calling the constructor. We are giving the game fees to be 0.001. And that's how a constructor is being called from the repository. So okay, let's run this command and see over here we're calling same command deploy ignition modules. It is the name of the constructor file, and we are also specifying which network we want. In our case is BSC testnet. So let's copy it and paste it and hit enter. So let's wait, it will take some time. Okay, so yeah, this is the confirmation message. We'll say yes.
Hello, Varun, sir. Um, you can turn on your mic.
Oh, since when it is when
Just now,
the
just now.
just now? Okay, all right. Nidhi, can you just see if it is getting disabled automatically, or is it someone who is muting it?
No, 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 no. It was.
I'm sure it
I'm
shouldn't
controlling
happen
it.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm controlling
has
it.
the control. Yeah.
Okay, no issues. So yes, we have the contract address as mentioned on the PPT, and this is the contract address. We have to copy this. You just double click, right click, and on the front end folder there is one env file. Just update the contract address in this because we want to interact with this contract. Okay, we have saved it. Okay, all right. From the contract side, our work is done. Now let's go with the front end side. In the README, we can see what all steps we require here. So yes, we have to install. Yes, that is done. We have created a .env file. We have updated the contract address. We don't need this part. We just need contract address, and it is already here. Next, it is given for React, but since we are using Next over here, the naming convention follows like this. All right. So after that, we just need to do one dev. That's it. Okay, 1 second. I'll just go back repository and then switch to the front end, and I'll hit one dev. Let's wait. It is starting the local server, and it started. It will take some time to compile the code first. If you want, you can see over here. It will refresh. Yes, it is compiling the front end code, and once that is done, we can see it loaded over here. Okay, so let's wait. So that's generally a like it takes this much time every time you run a project locally. It is just first time. If it is executed for the first time, it will not take this much time again. If you have worked with any of the front end project, you must be having this knowledge. If not, then you can understand why it's taking this time. Okay, so we see a screen in front of us as we have shown a picture on the PPT. That's it. That's the same thing. Initially, we have a start function over here, and I mentioned you that we need three people to participate in this game. On MetaMask, you can simply create three users by using add account here, and you just need to create a new account. It will ask for name, and it will create an account. And remember, the accounts will share the same private key. The owner is one, but the accounts are different. So the private key is common to these accounts because it is of the same owner. So the private keys, so you don't have to again copy the private key and put in the contract. Only one time it is enough. And so I'll take one account to like first I need balance in the third account as well. See, I need three people to participate, three people to interact with this contract though, and every time a blockchain transaction occurs, you need some of the gas fees to be paid. So let me show how to send the tokens to another wallet. So I'll just click on the send. It is asking me send to which account. I want to send it to user 3, and I will input I want to send 0.1 BNB from like this asset, and I'll just click, and it is being sent from the particular account which I'm currently on active right now. So it is account 2. So I'm just sending some 0.1, and I'll click next. It is in pending state. It will take some time, and after some time, once this transaction is done, you can see there was one speed up button. It's just a feature that will ask you from for more gas fees. If you want it quick, then pay more gas fees, and it will take on priority. Okay, so it wasn't updated. Why so? Let's send again from this account. Okay, we want to send to third account. We want to send 0.1, or let's increase it to 0.2. Okay, yes, now it is saying I'm sending 0.2. I'll confirm it, and it is in pending state. Let's wait. We don't want to speed up, it just takes a couple of seconds. And yes, that's done. It has balance reduced and our account has tokens in it. So in our case, let's choose the owner to be account number 1. He will be responsible to start this game. Okay, 1 second. It has failed. Let's go back to second account. Yes, okay. There might be some minor issue in changing the contracts, in changing the addresses, no issues. So see, it's saying us to confirm this transaction, and we click on confirm. We can go back on MetaMask, see the activity, and it was a start game functions. You can see start game function name is there. And yes, we have a message game was started successfully. Click on OK, and we have our balance written over here. These are actually the wallets that we will be using. In our case, we are using, let me just confirm, we are using switch emotion. 1 second, I'll confirm which wallet we are using over here. Ether Connect. Okay, so we are using Ether Connect wallet over here. So there are many other wallets as well, such as Rainbow Kit, XYZ. There are lots of wallets. So yes, we can see like a balance and address. We can copy our address and much more functionalities through it. So okay, so since we deployed this, we have to change the address. Will be, let's try with the owner who has deployed it. Let's send number 1 and click on the, see, it is giving failed to guess. You know the reason, the owner cannot participate, so it is giving the error. Let's switch the account. Let's bring another account over here, and this address is 6280, and we have 62 written over here. 6280, it is the same address. So we'll just guess number 1, and again a new transaction takes place, and we will click on the confirm button, and you will just notice that there will be a change in the screen. Let's wait, the transaction is not completed yet, I guess. Okay, now it got confirmed, and it says guess was successfully submitted, and you will see the page reloads, and we have another component rendered on the screen. It gives us the address of the participant who has guessed a number, and the number which he guessed is 1. Okay, that's all right. And let's try to guess another number with this same participant. We click on guess, and see, it gives error. You cannot, you know the reason, you cannot participate again, you cannot guess a number again. So we will switch another account here. User 3 comes into picture, and its address is 9013. We have 90 updated, and let's guess with same number which is already guessed. If we click, see, again it is giving error. You know the reason, we cannot guess the number twice. And if we just change it and then click on this button, see, a pop-up comes up, asks for our confirmation, and let's wait. I'll just click here and show you what it's saying. It says 10% increase in the gas fees if you want this to be done faster. If in case it takes lots of time, then we have to try this, or we can also wait for another second. Yes, it is done, and the UI will be updated once again. And see, it has declared it hasn't declared a winner yet. We have a winner to be 000, and we have to declare a winner to complete this contest. Before that, we can see these two address participated, these two have guessed this number, and we haven't given this power to declare the winner to the owner. It is simple logic. Why do we want the owner to be available to declare winner? All the winners are here, they have guessed it, and since smart contract is automated, it will automatically transfer the winning amount to the winner. So there is no need for any third party to be here. See how it makes our game transparent and secure. and any one of the user can click here. It doesn't matter if he is the owner or someone else. Anyone who participated and can see the screen can click declare winner, and the contract will itself send the winning amount. In our case, winner is declared, and yes, the winner is this address. And if you want, you can click on this address and go to BNB testnet explorer. You can see the transaction that occurred for this particular address, and you can see 27 seconds ago from this address it was sent to this amount. So this is the transaction, sorry, this is the second transaction a minute ago. So this was sent out. He paid this fees to the contract for participation. And if I show you the contract address, second, the env we have the contract address. Let's see what all transactions took place in the contract. Since money is being sent from the contract, we can see the money over here. Okay, see, these two were the participation fees. And if we check for the winner address is, one second, the winner address is 901. And we go to 901 and tokens. See, it was initially having 0 point some tokens. I guess we can show it from the explorer as well. One second. So this is the address, and let's see this particular transaction hash. Let's read it. Okay, yes, you can read it from here. From this particular address, it has received, like from this to this, it is receiving 0.0002. Okay, I just got confused between the token address and the user address. So yes, we have received the amount that the contract was holding, and it was sent from the contract to the receiver. 0x901. You can confirm this. 0x90134. This address has received the winning amount automatically from the contract itself. And if you want to restart, see, it will give an error because you are not the owner. Only owner has the power to start and restart the particular game. We'll go back to the owner. If he clicks on this restart, and yes, there is another transaction, he'll have to pay some gas fees, and it will reset to the initial state where all the initial addresses will be deleted and the game can be played again. And see, that's simple. It's that simple. A front-end application interacting with the blockchain contract and giving you a full stack decentralized application. And this is just a basic example that I'm showing you to show a game. But when growing your skills, you can make a very large scale application like a game, a full game, which involves uh, like in-game purchases. You must have played some games. If I take an example of, suppose, Valorant, it is one of the widely played games. If Valorant is played and there are some articles or some things that a user wants to purchase inside the game, you can link it to a smart contract, and you can like set up the functionality to be paid through a, a, a Web3 token, either BNB, either Ethereum. A cryptocurrency can be used to be paid inside the game. And not just games, you can create other applications like we can discuss in the PPT. So if something is left, okay, first let's discuss this. In my case, I used EtherJS, but there is one more framework, that is Web3.js. These are both built on JavaScript and help us communicate with the Web3 domain. And you can explore whichever feels comfortable on your end. They have similar functionality somewhat, but different implementations. So whatever you feel comfortable working with, you can go with it. And yes, we have set up a project, we have seen the game, and yeah, that's it. So I was giving some other examples as well. Apart from games, there can be an NFT marketplace. I'll just show you NFT marketplace. So you might have heard NFTs. NFTs are basically this is also a token, but it has some extra attributes, some metadata to it. Like it can hold images or it can hold some music, anything can become a NFT. Okay, it's taking some time. Let's see. Okay. So see, a developer like us, like me, like you, a developer has created this website. He has the knowledge of React, he has the knowledge of Next.js, he has created a front end for users to interact with. Then he has linked it with a wallet button. He has integrated the Web3 interaction using Ether.js or Web3.js, whatever. And then he has also linked it to a backend so to store all the transaction if they want to keep a copy of it internally, or if they want to have the user data for login logout functionality. And and they have created this decentralized application. There are many more, much more examples, and there are many innovations that are being done in the Web3 sphere, which is not limited to just this game that I showed you. You can learn your own, or you can follow us. You can ask us. You can connect with us, and we will guide you to how to become a efficient developer in this domain. And apart from this, there are some minor topics. I think we can discuss it in the next 5 minutes. So, topics like security and best practices. So, you are aware that a contract, it is immutable. So, if I go to the contract, this was our contract. We can see it is right now not completely updated, so it will take some time. But if we consider some other contracts, let's consider a token contract. Wait, we'll go to Ethereum Explorer, and we will go to the tokens. Token is actually a contract, so we'll go to token contract. Let's go for BNB contract. And see, a contract once deployed, it cannot be edited. If I click backspace or if I try to add ABCD, nothing will be added to it. So you will have to do some checks on it. You have to test the contract first so that after deployment there are no issues created with it. So that is how Hard Hat and other frameworks like Chai and Mocha, I haven't discussed it yet, but these are some frameworks that help you make the test cases for your contract before deploying, and also helps you eliminate any vulnerabilities that can be exploited. So to give some example of vulnerabilities, like there is one reentrancy attack. If you Google it, you can clearly read about this. I'll just show you re-entrancy attack. See, it is one of the very widely reputed, uh, widely mentioned attack that can occur in a smart contract. And developers always try to create a contract after testing that this attack cannot take place on your particular contract. So to just give a overview, it means that a user who has created a contract, in our case, suppose we create this project and we click on this guess button. We don't want the guess function to be called again and again and again until it is completed one time at least. So suppose a guess function is called, it is processing, and in between a user again calls the guess function. Its functionality did not complete and it is called again, and that might cause the program to break. And that is a very important thing to be covered beforehand. If it occurs during your application, then it will create a negative impact of your organization, of your project, to the users who are using it. They will not use it. So you'll have to consider some of these initial steps to secure your smart contract. So there are some practices also, there are some other tools and frameworks for security analysis that you can study on your own. And yeah, just to conclude it, so the trends in blockchain, just to name some of them, are NFT marketplace, games, metaverse, and in this diagram you can see it finance, as we have discussed in our earlier sessions as well, in government, in e-commerce and retail, logistics. There are abundant use cases of blockchain. We just need efficient developers to build scalable solutions for them. Scalable means if it is created today, then in future additional functionalities can be added seamlessly to it. And I hope this session was clear to you. The project made sense, how it is working, how you can like in future start with your own project. And this is just a boilerplate. It means essential setups is already done over here, and you just have to add a contract here, add the test over here, so add the module file, and that's it. You don't have to like set up all these files, these contract files. The deployment file is already created by Hardhat, and you can refer to this boilerplate, learn on your own, try to work on your some personal projects. And yes, I hope one day you will be confident enough to build a large scale application using Web3 in this domain. So that's it, guys. I hope I didn't rush it too much. We all know the reason for my rush, but okay, let's hope it was fruitful to every one of you. And if you have any questions, any feedback, you can like drop it in the chat box and we can discuss it.
Hey guys, if you are having any doubts on the course structure, how it is going to be enrolled, any such questions also is encouraged. You can ask on that also.
I've dropped a question like, how can a blockchain be both secure and transparent? Will the transparency be maintained in blockchain? That's
So
my
in blockchain by privacy, what exactly do you want to say? Privacy means,
yeah,
uh,
privacy. Like, it's all public, no, for all the chains and blocks. Like, whenever I do transaction, it's public to all the people who are connected to the chain.
yes,
So
yes, I understand what you are saying.
yeah,
So by privacy is,
Sorry to interrupt, Varun.
yeah,
Guys, can you please switch on your cameras for like 10 seconds while Varun is explaining the doubt? It would be like helpful for us also, please. If you can, Varun can also like turn on his camera if possible. Guys, you can please turn on the camera. Thanks, Poojan. Please, guys, just for 10 seconds for a screenshot or screen record. Thank you so much, Arjun. Thanks, Amu. Thanks, Anurag. Thanks, Sanju. Thanks, Varun. So, yeah, thanks, Deepika. Samir, can you? Thanks, Aero. Guys, please open it. Thanks, Andeep. You all are looking so good. I'm sorry I can't turn on my camera, but thanks so much. So, yeah, Varun, you can continue with solving his doubt.
okay. Okay, so Yunesh, we were saying that uh, we are already aware that blockchain is both secure and transparent. Secure in the sense that we are using hashing techniques to like hash the data that we want to store, and the data is immutable, so it cannot be added or updated in the future. So suppose you have developed a product, and in like after 5 years you have set up a secret function call so that you can call it, and all the users token that are stored in this contract can be transferred to your wallet. How can this be stopped? This security feature is stopped by the transparency feature of blockchain, by keeping the contract visible to everyone on the blockchain network. So that's how it is secure and transparent. But yes, privacy. I guess you have like a bit misunderstood the privacy concept over here. So, whenever you create a transaction, it's not that you want to just hide it from the world. Why do you want to hide it from the world? Since you're like purchasing something, or you're like making a transaction on the Web3 sphere, it is getting added to the block, and you are making this transaction to some party from your account to some other account, or some other person is sending some money to you. If you're just if you don't want to show the transaction now, then it will not create a like trust or proof of transaction among both the parties. Suppose he says I've already sent the money and you say I haven't received. How do we verify it? We cannot verify it unless we see the transaction. So just the transaction data is kept on the blockchain. And if there is any other thing that you want to keep, like images or contact numbers, this is in the industry, it is much better like practice that you hold these things not on the blockchain, because it will cost you more. The more you hold on blockchain, the more you have to pay, the more gas fees you'll have to pay. So only essential data which is like which can be viewed by public, which can be easily put on the blockchain, it is encouraged to save that. And other things you can store on the backend, like a company who is creating a login form, it is not storing the user's email ID and password on the blockchain. They are storing it on a like backend server in a database. And that password is also not stored in a plain text, it is stored after using some hashing technology, after using some hashing algorithm. So I hope you were able to distinguish between privacy in blockchain and security and transparency, how it is handled in the blockchain sphere.
Yeah, it addressed my question.
Okay, thank you. So Samir is asking, what are some of the real world applications of blockchain technology beyond cryptocurrency? No, no. This question you have mixed with two topics. So cryptocurrency is a mode of payment or mode of like creating a transaction. You are paying for the transaction. You are paying for the gas fees using cryptocurrencies. it, the applications which are built on Web3 involve a like a payment, a minor payment, a gas fees to validate the transaction. How will the transaction be like created if there is no like no payment or no fees to it? Then users will just blindly be paying endless. Will be calling the blockchain endless time, and it will just break the blockchain framework. It will not be able to handle so much request. So that's why there is some minor fees. I mentioned earlier that it is very fractional fees. It is in 0.000 something. And the Web3 applications that you are talking about in healthcare, like you can create a website in which you can distribute medicines, or you can uh, purchase medicines without giving royalties or commission to, or without paying any taxes to anyone, and just directly creating the transaction through cryptocurrency. So you will pay this much amount for the medicine, it will be sent from you to the seller. There will be no taxes, nothing, no charges to any third party in between. Similarly, beyond healthcare, in e-commerce, like we can take example of Flipkart, Amazon. So right now we are paying through our currency and they are charging some delivery charges, XYZ, on the platform charges, some of their own profits that they're adding above the cost price of the item. So everything that we are paying to Flipkart to buy it from another seller, we can eliminate it. We can eliminate the intermediaries through blockchain real world applications, through making a like e-commerce platform that uses blockchain to process these transactions. And other examples could be, as I mentioned yesterday, if you might recall, a artist can create his painting as a NFT, and he can send it to anyone, he can sell it to anyone, and he can also set up a function where he will always receive royalties mean a fraction of the payment that he should get as a reward every time the painting or art piece it is being sold to any third person. So these are some of the example, but there are many other examples that include some complex functionalities that just not include web like healthcare. It is not limited to healthcare, not limited to just games. Other other Web3 projects are like, uh, as I mentioned, properties. You can also eliminate the notaries, the advocate fees, the document charges that we pay for while purchasing a house or while purchasing a vehicle to the like intermediaries, to the tax collectors. You can directly purchase the item on the cost price. You don't have to pay anything else. That's the power of blockchain. And since it is secure, you can see the transaction was done from this person to this person. You can easily verify, yes, I have purchased this property, I have paid this much payment on this date. So he cannot later uh, say that no, I didn't get the money, I will not transfer this asset to you. So there are many more examples which we can also like google it.
Okay,
I hope
Varun. Sorry to
question was
interrupt.
responsive.
Our time duration is getting
Okay,
extended.
okay, I understand.
Okay, so we will be taking up the questions later. So, so this is all about the course. It's like we can't give you every question answer in the right in the webinar. This is a very broad topic. As if someone was asking for the real life use cases. There are many real life use cases like you can go and check IBM Food Trust, and VChain is another blockchain product which is giving supply chain management to BMW. So many companies which we use day to day, they are transferring into the blockchain space. So whether are we transferring ourselves into the blockchain space? Are we updating ourselves or are we upgrading our skill set? So that is the main concern. The world is moving forward, so we have to move forward with them to grab the new technology and get into the market. For that, you need to get gain knowledge in this. You have to get hands-on experience on this, and you have to get the certificate as a certified professional. You have to become a certified professional. So that's why we designed a especially for the technical side, we designed a course for you guys which focus on all the topics we have just mentioned and many more advanced topics. So if you are interested to learn more or know more about the course, you can contact us. For the winners of the quiz, we'll be sharing a mail and that you are the winner and everything. And for others also, you'll be getting a mail regarding the duration and the payment details. And our first batch is starting on September. Please register for the first 50 students. We are not having a bigger batch like of 100 students or 150 students. We focus only limited number. We focus more on quality than quantity. So we can cater the 50 students well and we can provide the internship for the 50 students and walk them through their blockchain career. So that's up to guys. So I'll give a quick introduction. Sorry, I have like a quick introduction of myself. Actually, I'm not a technical guy. I am graduate in food technology, which is entirely opposite on the crypto space. In 4 years before, 3 years before, I even don't know what was Bitcoin. I was not at all aware about it. And I know that this world is moving into different direction. If I am going back to my old course, I won't survive in the job market and I won't be upskilling myself. So I switched my career to blockchain space. I took a course and get certified and got jobs in various blockchain projects. Right now, I'm working in as a marketing associate in Nouns. Like my experience is that without any knowledge in blockchain space, you can get into the blockchain circle right now, only right now. But in the future, you won't get such opportunity because nowadays you can't see any big university giving courses courses on the topic of blockchain. Like big colleges are not providing any courses on the blockchain because they are not yet updated on that. Once it is updated, there is a bigger number of students participating into the course, so the job market will be tight. Right now it is the right time to get into the blockchain space. So I wish you all the first users to grab this technology. Okay, so I wish you all luck for your future career. So Nidhi, would you like to add something on it?
No, I think that would be all. Thank you for summarizing everything, Arjun. We will be sending an email to everybody who submitted the test today, and top 10 will be getting 25% discount. You'll know it on the email itself. Rest, yeah, we'll catch up. We'll keep you guys updated via emails. And for any other information, you guys can contact Yunesh and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, like sure. Like for final, Arjun, like that.
We would love to hear your feedbacks on us. That will help us to improve.
Yes, we've already shared the feedback form, and you guys can fill up the feedback form and we can check it. Any queries that you have, we'll be contacting you via that.
And thank you, Unish, for setting up this webinar. Thank you,
Yes,
Varun, for
thank you,
wonderful
Vinesh.
session. And thank you,
Yeah,
Pranay. Thank you, Nidhi. And thank you, all the participants. Without you, this won't be happen. So, so it's good night, guys.
for thank you
Thank you very
session,
much.
like we have
Thank you,
Arjun.
Yunesh.
Like
Thank you, everyone.
yeah, thank you.
And sorry for the inconvenience we had today. Thank you,
And
guys.
guys, hope you follow our socials. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Please, please follow our
we'll be
social,
sharing
guys.
your certificate. Who all follows our socials, we'll be sharing your certificate through email. So you'll be getting that. Once we
Yes.
verify whether you followed our socials, and once we verify your attendance, you'll be getting your certificate. Oh, that's all now. So thank you.
Thank you, Varun. Also, it was the 3 days of session was really amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you so
All
much.
right, guys. Good night. Bye bye.